Hello, everyone. Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? Uh, I'm home alone. Yes, home alone. What I could all get into, right? Uh, my oldest daughter and my middle daughter, both families, went to the beach for vacation for a week. And so I'm here watching all the dogs and cats. Yes. So it'll be nice. Oh, to me, to just be alone and have all this time to just do things according to my speed, and it's all my time. Yes, it's a gift. It's just that's a present to me, and I love it. So I'm gonna make sure that I let them know every day that I am perfectly fine, so that not suddenly somebody shows up to come and check on me. Yes, I know, right? Well, again, how often does that happen? You have a whole week with with nobody, nowhere. As it just your time and the way you want to do things, and this, right? Yes, okay. I I love that. I love that, and that's why I love living in the mountains on our farm. Uh, and if I had my way, really, when it comes down to it, except you can't do that because of emergencies, I would just lock the gate at the end of our driveway and just put a sign there: "Do not disturb." Forever. Okay, all right, all right. I absolutely love my alone time, and I know, yeah. But how long would you be able to handle that? I've spent whole winters with hardly anyone showing up, and when they would show up, I'd be going, "But I was busy with something. Now I got to entertain." Right? Yes, I know. Human beings are social animals, a social species, and we like contact, this and that, and I get that. But I've been like this since childhood, where give me a book and leave me alone, and preferably for days and days and days and days, right? Yes. um, some of us are just like that. Yes, that doesn't mean that we don't like people. It's just we really treasure our alone time. Yes, and the more of it, the better. All right. Anyway, so having said that, uh, again, that doesn't mean I don't like to communicate or this or that. It's just we all have our preferences, right? Yes, some people would rather always be around others rather than ever be alone. That's fine too, right? Others have a better balance of that. That's great too, right? It's okay to be the way we are. That doesn't mean that people have to get offended or, oh, I don't love them anymore or whatever. That has nothing to do with that. It's just me. Can I be me? Do I have to be like everybody else out there? Or do I expect everyone else out there to be like me? Right? Yeah, I'm just saying. So as long as you're not hurting others per se, or yourself, then be you. Do what you like to do. Of course, not shirking your responsibilities. So anyway, good beginning here. Two, the next super chapter, two, which is the second one, prophecies against the nations. We already had all this. We're going again. It's against the Ammonites, against Moab, against Edom, against the Philistines, against Tyre. Let's see, does it ever end with the against? Lament over Tyre. Second lament over the fall of Tyre. Against the king of Tyre. Okay, it is what it is, right? Yes. Against the Ammonites, 25 in the book of Ezekiel. The word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows: Son of man, turn towards the Ammonites and prophesy against them. Say to the Ammonites, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. The Lord Yahweh says this: Since you gloated over my sanctuary when it was profaned, and over the land of Israel when it was ravaged, and over the house of Judah when it went into exile, I shall let the sons of the east take possession of you. They will pitch their camps inside you, they will make their home in you, they will be the ones to eat your produce and drink your milk. I shall turn Rabbah into a camel yard, and towns of Ammon into sheepfolds. And so you will know that I am Yahweh. The Lord Yahweh says this: since you have clapped your hands and danced for joy, full of malicious delight at Israel's fate, my hand will be against you for this. I shall hand you over to be looted by the peoples, obliterate you as a nation, and wipe you out as a country. I shall reduce you to nothing, and you will know that I am Yahweh. I just find it interesting on how this just disagreeable, full of malice himself, God, is so preferred, right, to anything else that could be had from the presence of God. Right? Isn't it interesting? Yeah. Right? So I just can't see this malicious, I'm going to get you because you didn't, type of God to be our God. I can't see that. I'm not sure what God they're talking about. Who is actually giving these prophecies to Ezekiel? Not sure. I don't know this God. Against Moab, the Lord Yahweh says this: since Moab and Zair have said, look at the house of Judah, it is no different from any other nation. Very well, I shall expose Moab's heights. Its cities will no longer be cities throughout the land. The jewels of the country, Beth Yeshimoth, Baal Meon, and Kiriathaim, I shall let the sons of the east and the Ammonites take possession of them. Now the Ammonites are taking, and so he needs the Ammonites, but the Ammonites are falling. They're not going to be they're not going to be wiped out. But now the Ammonites are needed to make Moab fall. Are you guys hearing this? I shall let the sons of the east and the Ammonites take possession of them, so that they will no longer be remembered by the nations. I shall bring Moab to justice, and they will know that I am Yahweh. Okay. Against Edom, the Lord Yahweh says this: since Edom has taken revenge on the house of Judah and committed great crimes in doing so, very well, the Lord Yahweh says this: my hand will be against Edom and denude it of human and animal. Denude. I shall lay it waste. I shall lay it waste from Teman as far as Dedan. They will be put to the sword. I shall take vengeance on Edom by means of my people Israel. They will treat Edom as my anger and fury dictate, and they will know this in my vengeance, declares the Lord Yahweh. I like to remind everyone again that I'm doing this for the reputation of God. And so here, for example, against Edom, now God's using a people, his people, to wipe out another people. Human relations, so talk, socializing, this and that, of being, wanting to be on your own. All that mayhem, lay it at God's feet. People really want to believe that? And not only this, what does this advocate really when it comes down to it? Violence. Violence against each other. Violence against other nations. Well, how does that make sense? If you include God in it. If you really truly know the heart of God. Against the Philistines. God had nothing to do with this. Whoever wrote this down, just using God. The Lord Yahweh says this against the Philistines now. Since the Philistines have acted in revenge, so it's okay. It's okay for God to take revenge, but it's not okay for the Philistines. And motivated by malice, have taken revenge, doing their best to destroy because of their long-standing hatred. Very well, the Lord Yahweh says this: my hand will be against the Philistines. I shall exterminate the Sherethites and destroy the rest of the coastal peoples. I shall perform frightful acts of vengeance and inflict furious punishments on them. and they will know that I am Yahweh when I exact my vengeance on them. All right, that's the end of 25. So, question again remains, how much does God really have to do with any of this? How much was God really a part of this? How much of these prophecies are just absolutely fake when it comes to pulling God into it? Did these things not happen at all? Well, probably did. We got plenty of history. Right? All the wars are written down, right? This, that. There was an interesting thing that I saw where someone was murdered just recently, I guess, and the story came down to it that nobody cared. It wasn't advertised as much as it should have been, this or that. And I'm looking, okay, so what does that mean? So we're just advertising certain people's murder? And that needs to be hung on a big old bell and rung, I don't know for how long? Or again, what makes one person's murder more important than another's? I'm just asking. Because every day people are being murdered. Every day. Every day, unborn babies are being murdered. Yes? That's one hears plenty about it. Yes? Yeah. But not in a way that, again, this other story was where, what am I supposed to do? There is a person getting murdered for one reason or another, and now I'm going to have to put my whole life on hold and do what? Grieve for that person? I don't even know that person. I don't know why they were murdered exactly. I wasn't there. We already know that most of it out there, when you get these stories, are fake or only half-truths. It is what it is. Right? So, isn't that why there are families? That's this person who was murdered, which was very sad that happened. Right? Should have been prevented, but okay. I don't know all the circumstances that happened to that person and who was involved. Right? But the thing is, that's why we have families. Families grieve for their loved ones, don't they? A nation can grieve for a person as well. Yes, that is a very well-known person that has done a lot of good in the world. Yes, then everybody grieves. But when it comes to just people out there like a Jane Doe or a Joe Doe, a Jane or a Joe, in everyday life, like me, when I pass away, I'm not going to expect the whole world to know about it. Oh, but I wasn't murdered. Well, we don't know that yet. I could be murdered. And then nobody knows about it either. Not the whole world knows about it then. I'm just saying. I found that weird. Yep, just kind of skipped past it, said, well, rest in peace. I hope you're doing all right. Sending a little prayer. And we could do that every day. Why not? That's what I should have done, and go in and say, well, how about we just, everyone, every day, send a little prayer specifically for all the people murdered out there. Would that please the people out there? Yes? Okay. Anyway, that's a weird one I came across, and there were certain specific things about that person, and I didn't care. I didn't care. So what? It is what it is. But I don't think it's right to just pick out the few people that, I need to specifically care more for that rather than for everyone that's murdered every day. It's kind of an either all or nothing, isn't it? If you want to be fair, you want to talk about fairness. It's the same here in the Bible, what we're reading. It's either all or nothing. It's either all is right, and then we got a God I have to question. Or we say, I'm not going to believe this, that God had anything to do with any of that. That God gave any kind of direction when it came to that. It's all man-made, written down, man-made. One more thing about that. I asked in a post, I asked the question, what do you guys think about the plague? Where did it come from? Is it man-made or did God do it? And interestingly enough, the people that answered said, well, it's man-made, probably in a laboratory, or rather, the way we live, our behavior, or the conditions in the way we live, either create a clean environment or will create a filthy environment. And when you have a filthy environment, guess what? Okay, diseases come around. Yes? Yeah. Well, think of STDs. Why do people have STDs? Oh, okay. You have a filthy environment in the realm of love. Done. Some people contract, they don't know that the other person is filthy. Sometimes even their own spouse. Because they don't know what their spouse is doing. But again, children contracting certain things due to, okay. But the majority of the people with STDs are filthy people. Done. Yes? Okay. Now going back into the Bible, how many times have you heard on how God sent the plague and this and that and I don't know what? It seems to be quite clear that people do know, no, the plague is created by or starts to happen because. Nothing to do with God. But when it comes to the Bible, you want to believe that. People want to believe that. That's a weird one. No different than the story I told about that person that got murdered. That's a weird one. It's either all or nothing. Only one of them will make sense. Yes? All right. Well, that's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, brace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, good to hear from you. Let's keep praying. Yes? And I will talk to you another time.